You my only hope. What am I gonna do? John G TV. Oh, yeah. Welcome back to Gear Chat. Yeah. Welcome back to Gear Chat University. Ding. Every week I tune in to Gear Chat. You. I don't know what I would do about every you. You. Every week I tune in to Gear. You. Calm that down, John G. It is I, says me. John G. Welcome back to Gear Chat. Welcome back to Gear Chat University, and I am the Professor John G. Man, first I want to say this. Let me just calm this down real quick. Let me just first say this. Last week, if you had happened to have caught the last episode, my apologies. I allowed myself to be transparent, and sometimes, when I look back, I thought, maybe that was a little too transparent. Basically, all that crying, and all that woofing and all of that, I could have went without that. So, forgive me, okay? I had a moment, and I allowed for that moment to be taped and aired for repeated review. And I kind of wish I did do that. I do feel that seriously about it, but it is what it is. Today, I actually got a question I want to pose to we the people, okay? Because we have options. You have options. What are you going to do? Here's what I'm talking about. It's going to be a long class today. At least I don't think. You know how I get to talking. The question I have today is, should you, or rather would you, do you go for the core Minilogue, right? Or do you get the MicroFreak and the MS-101? Oh, God, gee. Why are you putting all this pressure on me? Listen, you can either get two or you can get one. They cost the same. What you gonna do? One costs the same as the two. Two costs the same as the one. Listen, I'm about ready to switch some things up. I'm gonna tell you that now. Cancel this and let's go with the two option. I'm at a crossroads. On one hand, would you like to have them all? Of course. But I'm talking about right now. Okay, you got that amount. What you gonna do? Do you go with the Minilogue XD? Now, if you got the Minilogue, the original, I think it's a no-brainer. It would be, if it were me, if I had the original, without a doubt, I would be getting the MicroFreak and the MS-101. But I guess this question really is going to really formulate to each individual. So, like I said, if you have the original, I would not get the XD. Maybe in the future, but not off top. I wouldn't go for that unless you just really, really love Korg and you really, really love that synth. I would say go with the other two because you can get two for one. And the MicroFreak, what Arteria did with that, I just can't wait to touch that touch plate. I mean, I think that's going to be, from a performance aspect, allow a different level of expression. Being able to touch your finger and kind of slightly move it over like this or whatever to get some tonality, something you can't do on keys. You can't play keys with that kind of feeling, kind of like the Roly keyboard, that has a different level of expression. So it becomes a different playable instrument. So if you combine those two, the MicroFreak and then the pure analog MS-101. And if I'm not mistaken, does the yeah, so I mean the MS-101 comes with 6 FM sources. So but FM isn't digital, right? I want to make sure I'm correct on that. And the Korg is a analog digital hybrid machine, but it also has, if I'm not mistaken, it doesn't have the FM on here. I don't see it in the immediate description. I thought the Korg Minilogue XD had FM as well. But I'm saying, MS-101, which is, theoretically better than the original, functionality-wise is better. Now, sonically, that's to be debated, if you will. And then the MicroFreak, like I said, is being something different with that touch plate. I don't know. If somebody were to ask me, what would you do? I mean, what would you recommend I do? I say go for the 2. Be honest with you, and that's the thing that you got to think about when you go into pricing this gear, like things like that. Like who wouldn't want, just if you didn't have anything, to me is a no brainer to get the 2 over the 1. Okay, but there's a lot of gear in this price range where that 2 equals about the 1. So you could go for that Behringer, the vocoder. To me, the vocoder, if you go buy the vocoder, that's somebody that already that's really into vocoding, like that's your thing. Really, that's your thing, and you really get down with the Ralph Tresvant. That's how you make music. Then that to me would be a no-brainer. But like that's the same price as the other 2. Like you could arguably get that versus the Minilogue or the MicroFreak. But yeah, back to pricing. That's the thing that comes into play with all this gear and pricing, and why I believe pricing is such an important thing for the companies to hit the mark on and do it right, is because as a consumer, I only got $1. Now how can I spend this dollar? And if I can buy 2 for 1, most people will probably go that route. So again, it just I really think it's important that they obviously want to make money. But I would say the days, I don't know really how much the markup in terms of profit the gear used to be back in the days when it was $1,000, $2,000. How much did they really make off of that versus now? But it's almost like it's becoming better for the consumer because there's a war, there's a product war. Same thing we experienced with the fast food companies, with the dollar menu. As soon as somebody did that, somebody else had to top it. Like, okay, we gotta do this now too. And so it made it better for the consumer because now you can get fat for free. I mean, fat for cheap. It's a weird way of looking at it, but that's essentially what's gonna happen. But I'm saying that creates is it bidding war? I don't know if I'm using that terminology correctly for this, what I'm trying to say, but it creates a pricing war, which we the consumers get to benefit from. And so I feel like that's the case now with gear. People like Teenage Engineering and Behringer coming out with, and then Korg even making that vocal lineup. It forced everybody to go, all right, we can't, because if we don't, they're gonna have a monopoly on it. So you gotta answer the call, you gotta ring the bell, you gotta go, okay, well, what are we gonna do to compete? Or you just accept the fact, like Dave Smith, hey, I may not sell that many units, but when I sell a unit, I'll make my money. Because I just don't think Dave will ever sell as many units. Don't care how great his equipment is, because of the pricing. He's just not going to sell. He'll never outdo Korg. He'll never outdo Behringer. He'll never outdo Roland. Their product line, they just have products that are affordable to the people. And so the people that can buy the Dave Smith already takes away the beginner. No beginner is going to buy unless you are a beginner with money, maybe. But most beginners, they're not going to go for that because it's outside of their realm of understanding and outside of their price range. If you just start now, I can't go spend $2,000 on a keyboard from Dave Smith. With that $2,000, I can go get a gang of other stuff. I mean, a gang. You can go buy all the pocket operators. You can go buy all the Vocas. You can go get a couple keyboards. Definitely some software. Now, granted, you already got an iPad because that, if you didn't have an iPad, that could eat up a great deal of that cost. And with iPads, you don't even have to get the newest. You don't have to get the 19. You can go get some old model and spend $200. And for software, for music, you have enough power to operate on an older pad. So that to me, that's what pricing is so important. And that's why I talk about pricing a lot, because I am a consumer. I am consuming. I'm on your side. I'm not on the side. Listen, I'm not sponsored. I'm sponsoring me, okay? So I'm just like you. I got to make a decision. Of course I want everything. You know how much my wish list? Oh my God. My wish list is ridiculous. They probably at Sweetwater like, man, who is this guy? This is ridiculous. I'm sure I ain't the only one, but it's a wish list. I recommend you do it. See how much you really would. If you had the money, go look at your wish list and see how much you would drop. So, Lord forbid you hit the lottery and hit that 100,000 gone. I got everything. Everything. But I'm just saying, so pricing is important. And I'm just speaking as I feel like I'm no different than a lot of you. You got to make a decision, and which route are you going to go? So do you go with the 2 or do you go with the 1? This is I think 6 is a nice, for a long time it was under 5. Okay, but 6 is cool too, though. I don't got a problem with 6, 3 and 3. I can get 2 for 3 and 3. That's sweet. Or 1 dope piece for 6. Again, for all you newbies, whatever age that is, doesn't matter. But just, the reason why it's so special and it means so much to me is because of where I come from. I know how much the gear used to cost. So I'll said it again a dozen times, and I'm going to say it again 1,000 more times. This is just a golden era. The golden era of rap was the 90s, early 90s, arguably. Late 80s, early 90s, I would say. I think it was 2 golden eras, actually, the 80s and 90s, but we can argue that. But there was a golden era, right? Golden era in basketball. Golden era. Well, this has got to be the golden era of gear. Forget all of that nostalgia from yesteryear and all the stuff that did sound great. I'm not taking that back. Or you can say this is the second coming of that time, of the golden era. The first golden era was the 80s with all of the stuff that we are now copying and repeating. So this is the second coming, and the second coming is sweet. If you want to look at it that way, this second coming is sweet. How did Stewie or somebody says sweet? Somebody says that. Anyway, it's sweet. Like this, what? I'm still tripping. I still can't believe it is Moo grandmother for 8. What? Like I be looking on here thinking that the price is gonna go up in day to 14. Like that keyboard is so dope. Oh my god. Anybody that has a grandmother, I tell you, you just look at it, man. That's all I can say. It's just something that you just can't, like, I don't know, man. The grandmother sonically, visually, texturally. Did I make that up? Texturally. I may have made that word up. Maybe I'm not saying it correctly. A little bit of the both. But yeah, man, it's just like the golden era, man. You can get a Move sub 37 for 14. Are you kidding me? Like, so yeah. So this is all I want to talk about. For those of you who are out there, what are you gonna do? I mean, you got decisions to make. Ain't nothing shipped yet. Everything, is coming. So that means we might not get it till it's already spring now. That came out in the late winter. Spring hit, still ain't nothing shit. I be checking every day, like nothing. All right. So it probably won't ship till early April. I'm thinking mid-April, maybe. Korg is notorious. I wouldn't be surprised if Korg don't release my product until July. Might be August. Korg, y'all are terrible with that. I ain't gonna lie. When it come to rollout, like y'all announce it, ooh, all the videos, and then what I'm saying. But then when it come down to the people, oh my lord, we got to wait. I'm talking about wait. I remember waiting. So I waited. I feel like I waited a year for my Boca Kick. It was absurd. I'm calling like, dude, what is going on? Like, hey man, Corey said, any day now. They told us last week, this week. All right, okay. So all I know is, as much as I love Korg, when it comes to them shipping the product, I wouldn't at no surprise. Like, we all saw the Korg before we saw the MicroFreak. Watch the MicroFreak get shipped before the Korgs do. I'm almost willing to bet you, because Arturia seems to get their products out. I don't know what it is. Like, if Korg has they got the demo, they got the product, but just don't have the volume yet. However, Arturia does it, they seem to get, when they announce something, it ain't long before they ship it. So I'm almost for certain I'm willing to bet $1 on it. Anybody want to bet $1? I bet you Arturia's MicroFreak is going to ship before the Korg, any Korg, either the XD or the Volcas. Now Behringer, the MS-101 been talked about for, we've been knowing about this for a long time. This ain't so they slow too. We've been knowing about the RD-808 clone for 2 years, and it still ain't on Sweetwater's list. We done seen it at like two years of shows. First we heard about it. It was just a concept they talking. Then they proof of concept. They showed it. Then they showed it again. They probably gonna show it 3 more times before we actually like, what the? Come on, man, what y'all doing? So Behringer slow too, but with Behringer, I don't know. I feel like they got so many irons in the fire. They're making 1,000 pieces. Like they got the Crave. Is it the Crave? The Crave, the Odyssey, this vocoder, the MS-101. I feel like I'm missing 2-3 pieces. But anyways, they rolling out the proverbial red carpet. They're rolling it out. And so with them, I guess I understand. Shit. Like, I'm sorry, the RD-808, the RD-909. Lord knows when the 909 gonna be 2021 when the 909 drop. So y'all might as well don't even think about that no time soon, because the 808 ain't even got here yet. So I don't know what it is with this timing and the release of products, but I'm willing to bet the Arturia MicroFreak will probably get released before all of them, because Arturia just seems to be on top of their stuff. JOHNG TV. Yeah, that's about it. Again, for last week, I apologize, but hold on. To everybody that you've been saving you, we've been working hard, short up on time, working overtime, and you finally got that piece you've been waiting on. Man, listen, I hope it's everything you thought it was and more. I hope you're making great music with it. I just want to lead you into the weekend rather, with some inspiration. Oh yeah. All right, I'm out of here. John G. John G. John G. John G. John G. Yeah.
Yeah, you see, John G.